Pause and practice activity PowerPoint 1-1. When you begin a blank presentation in PowerPoint, you'll start off with a title slide template. So here a template has, in this case, a large title entry text box and then a smaller subtitle text box. We'll add a title by clicking in to the title text box, and we're going to take the right steps in the title box. In the subtitle, we'll type "Train for a Marathon." Now, to get out of the text box, you may not have seen it before, all you have to do is just click away from the text box in order to stop the text input. We'll now add 2 new slides to our presentation. So if you make sure you're on the Home tab, go to the Slides group, and then we're just going to click twice on the New Slide button. And this will add 2 new slides to our presentation. We'll go ahead and choose Slide 2 over in the Slide Chooser area. And you should notice that the template has changed here. These are known as content slides. I'll go ahead here and on Slide 2, I'll enter the title. What is your goal? And then we'll go to add the content. Run the second half faster. Now you'll notice that the content text box has a bullet at the front of it when I enter a sentence. So if I press the enter key, it will add another bullet at the beginning of the line. I'll go ahead and I will finish all of these bullets off video. Next, we'll enter our information in Slide 3. So I go to the Slide Chooser, select Slide 3, and I'll do the same thing here off video. Now that we're done with entering the content, let's go ahead and make some adjustments to the layout of our information. So make sure you have Slide 3 selected. Up in the Home tab, Slides group, go to the Layout, choose the drop-down arrow next to that, and we're going to choose the To Content template. So when we do this, it changes this slide template into To Content, which means we have a content text box here and a contents text box here. The Designer tab tab will open at certain times. We don't need that open, so let's just go ahead and close that. We're going to move some of the text from our first content box, so I'll go ahead and click on here. So I'm going to highlight the last 4 lines of this content box. Press Ctrl X to delete it. Move over to the other box. Press Ctrl V to paste it. Now we want these 2 lines to be indented further, so we'll do that next. Now there's 2 ways we can indent these lines, so let me go ahead and I'm going to select away from these to undo the selection. I'm going to choose the first line. I'm going to highlight it, or I can just put my cursor in it at the beginning of the line and press the Tab key. This will increase the indent. We can also go up and change this by menu item. So I'll go ahead and I'll choose this line. I'll move up to the paragraph area and we'll choose the Increase Indent button, and this will increase it as well. We'll next insert some slides from a slide presentation that we've already created. So I'm going to make sure that Slide 3 is selected because this is the location after which we want to place the new slides. So I'm going to go to the Slides group under the Home button, and I'll click the Reuse Slides button. This will open some options for us, but that's not what we want. We actually want to pull one off of our hard drive. So we'll click the Browse button, and then we'll browse to our new PowerPoint presentation that we want to pull the slides from. I already have the location set up here, so we want to pull these from the marathon. So click the choose content. We'll then go ahead and choose the slides that we want to insert. So I want to insert the practice runs, eat energy foods, and the get running apparel. And this will add those 3 slides to our presentation after the slide that we had selected earlier. Go ahead and close the reuse slides pane. Now we're going to move these slides around a bit. So what we're going to do is over here in the slide selection pane, we're going to move the take right steps, we're going to leave that one at the top. We want to leave what is your goal, start early to be ready, practice runs. We are going to move to the bottom of our presentation, and to do that you just select the slide, hold the left mouse button down, and then drag the slide to where you want it, and then let go. And then we want get running apparel to be moved above eat energy food, so we'll drag and drop that as well. We're going to insert a new slide. We want to place this at the end of our presentation. So we'll choose slide 6, and then we're going to go up to our new slide button, but instead of pressing the button, we'll press the drop down arrow next to it, and this allows us to choose the particular template we want to use. Title and content is the primary one if we were to just press the button, but we can choose from these other options. We're going to go ahead and choose the title slide option, and we're going to type look it up in the title area. We're going to change the font size of this, and as usual there's more than one way to do this. I could select the text and choose the font size from our drop down. We don't have, oh yes we do, we have the 72, and that can increase it. I'm going to undo this. I could also choose the whole text box itself and change it that way. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this slide, so make sure that slide 7 is selected in our slide pane. Press the Control D, and that will create a duplicate slide and select it in our slide sorter pane. We'll go ahead and change the title here to mark it down. Go back and make sure our slide is selected. Press Control D again, and we'll add one more slide, and we'll change this to see you there. Okay, the last thing we're going to do here is do a spell check on our presentation. So go over to the slide sorter pane, choose the first slide, then you're going to go up to the review tab, and we're going to choose the spelling option under the proofing group. Let's go ahead and press that, and we're going to come over here to the right, and it's found an issue. Marathon is spelled wrong. We can see that it's selected what it thinks is the right spelling option. We're going to go ahead and change that, and it'll move to the next one. Keep changing these as they are shown until the spell check is complete. This ends this pause and practice activity.